Hey guys, Sean here from Momentum. Sorry it's been a while since I've released a video. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my new toys that I've been playing around with for the last month. These are the BBars from Baseblocks and I really enjoy using them. Hopefully after watching this video, maybe you'll know if this is going to help you out. I'm going to cover a few things that will help you make that buying decision. Now before we get started, I always wanted to make videos to help people and encourage people to be the best versions of themselves. So if you wouldn't mind, subscribe to my channel, click the bell for alerts, and now you'll be notified every single time I release a video. Of course, it would mean the world to me if you could also share it with a friend or anyone else that you know who would benefit from this. Let's get started. So now what I'm going to show you is the BBars from Baseblocks. I honestly think that it is worth it, but also at the same time, it can be the wrong decision depending on where you are, and this is what I'm going to cover for you. Today, I'm going to go through 3 basic things that will help you make the decision if you need to buy a pair of these or maybe buy something else to invest for your home gym. The first thing is going to be the basic product. What is it? What does it look like? And how does it assemble? And that's very basic, but I think it's also very important to notify because I don't think that when I made this decision, it wasn't covered enough. The second thing is I'm going to cover things I like about it, including the portability, the exercises, and the workouts, because this is a really good piece of equipment for that. Last but not least, I'm going to actually cover the things I don't like about it, because there are some flaws about this product that I think could be better, but I'll show you that as time goes by. So the first thing, the BBars, what are they? So essentially the BBars are just 2 bars stuck together like parallettes, and you may find them like in parks and everything, and they're connected at the bottom through the base. The base is then connected through little rivet holes or pivot holes, and it has little chain-like hooks that clip them in, okay? Now, it looks very, very simple in nature to make. When I first purchased this, it actually came with no instructions on how to make it, how to assemble it, because it was actually that much common sense. The only thing that you need to know when you first purchase this is that it comes with 2 different types and lengths of these small little hooks that go into the pivot holes. You just need to know that one of them is for a base pair and one of them is for the pair itself for the bars. And I will make sure I'll show you that as well. From there, how does it actually work? Well, like I mentioned, the bars itself clip into the base then clips into each other, and you make sure you spin them as well. This is also the same way that you would disassemble and also assemble it, say if you wanted to put away for safe storage. Essentially, how does it work? Well, it is actually very supportive. You'll see me doing some dips, some pull-ups, and some push-ups off it. And honestly, it is very supportive. Now, the website says that it can support up to 100 kilos. Now, I wouldn't be 100 kilos, and I'm not willing to actually put on my weight vest to do it, but I would actually feel very confident to do so, because if I have my weight vest, which is 20 kilos, and I pop it on, did some dips on it, I actually would feel very supportive. Now, there have been a few times where I've been practicing my front levers. Now, I'm not the most experienced person when doing these exercises, but I'm also trying to learn it, side note. But me being not as strong and also not doing it a whole bunch in terms of experience, it does get a little bit shaky. And one thing is you do have to have some trust in it. But like I said, the website itself says it supports up to 100 kilos. I think you can go a little bit above that, but only do it at your own discretion. Don't trust me on that. I haven't yet to try it. So simply put, when you get your pair of your BBars, what happens is they come out of a box. You have about 4 pieces. You piece them together with the holes, put them in, and it's literally just set up as so. The one thing is you will find it very difficult to be actually setting it up when you first get them, and I'm actually going to cover that later on in this video. Now what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to cover more so the positives about this. I want to go positive with this video. I'm going to go through with the things that I like about the BBars. Now the BBars itself, they're actually very supportive for my body weight. I currently weigh around 90 kilos. The heaviest I've been is about 92. I would still feel very safe on them. The number one thing I like about them is the portability. I actually took it on holiday just a few weeks ago, and I took 3 days off and I had no gyms accessible to me. So I packed them up, put in my car, we drove 3 hours out of Perth, and I was able to use them inside the Airbnb. No problems at all, no scuff marks, nothing to stress about, and it was relatively easy despite the fact that I will actually go through how to set it up later on. The next thing is I like to be able to do the workouts that they have. Now you don't have to do it, but what I did is I subscribed to the app that Baseblocks have. And it's a good library of exercises, including core-based exercises, how to get your first bar muscle up, how to get your first few dips, a foundation program to be able to build your overall upper body strength. And this is what I've done, because I know for myself, I have actually got a really weak core despite all the years of doing powerlifting and bodybuilding, and I wasn't able to do an L-sit based pull-up. And I followed the program for about 5 weeks using the bands, which they always recommend that you have. And I was able to do an L-sit pull-up with no assistance. Now, it was very, very basic. I'm not going to lie, it's a matter of just doing the exercises and stick with it. And I was able to get it. So these workouts have been very effective, and it's changed even the way that I believe to exercise with shorter amounts of time. Simple concepts that work really well, including push-ups and pull-ups and dips. Now, saying that, if you're listening to this video, you're either going down the body comp route or you're going down the calisthenics route. Now, I'm somewhere between the two, and I'm a big beginner when it comes to calisthenics. So being able to focus on these body weight based exercises, including pull-ups and dips and all these types of variations and all the abdominal based exercises was awesome. And of course, the next thing I love about these BBars is the fact that it's very easy to store. It's just like the portability factor. You can just put them away, slide them in, and I can imagine this will be really useful for people who live in apartments. Now, I live in a house with my wife and it's just us two, and she doesn't mind that I've been able to just leave it around in, say, the living room or leave it in the gym space inside our garage. But for people who don't have that and live in, say, a shared space, you definitely want to be able to put it away so it doesn't get in the way of people's space and also in the way of just the general living area. So if you're living in an apartment, if you have to make sure you clean up your area as well, or you don't have a designated workout area, really good idea to be able to just fold it up, put it away, and you can store it even just say behind the couch or somewhere between the walls. It takes no space at all. Now, before I go through the things that I actually don't like about these Baseblocks, I've been releasing videos more about exercises and how-tos, but even saying that product reviews as well. And if you've been enjoying this, please let me know, and even comment on this video. What things do you want me to cover more of? I would love to be able to actually help you out with any problems that you have specifically. So don't be afraid, let me know and comment down below, okay? So like I said, there are actually a few things that I actually don't like about these BBars. And they actually, when I first purchased them, say literally 24 hours of getting them out of the box, I was in 2 minds of actually returning it because of these reasons. And one reason why I didn't do it is because it actually does still give me the benefits of being able to do a workout at home. The next thing is it still was able to save me time of going to the gym. And also the third one is I really just didn't want to have to pack it away, put it in a box and pay for shipment to return it. So those are some of the reasons why I didn't return it, but I'm going to actually show you why I'm not a big fan of these Baseblocks. Now one thing I'm going to say is, hopefully you know by now, this is not a sponsored video, so no one's paying me to do this. I'm literally doing this because I've had a few people ask me about these Baseblocks and these BBars, should I say, and I really wanted to give you my honest opinion. So the first thing that I want to say about these BBars is the fact that it's not as easy as it looks like to be able to set them up and set them back down. There's either one of two ways that you have to do this. If you've got it set up as it is right now, what you would need to do is take out the pins and then pivot one side to the other side, pivot one side to the other side, and keep rotating until you get the holes exactly lined up, and then you put the pins in to lock it in. It is actually not that simple as it may look in the videos or I'm advertising and the website. The next thing is, the way to actually shift it would be to disconnect it from the base, sit it upright, pivot it in and out, and then match up the holes and then make sure you put the pin in to lock it in. It's still not that simple. So one thing that I thought when I first purchased this, it would be really easy to be able to set up and sit down and lock it in and be able to get my supersets real fast. It actually isn't. So one of the things that I've actually had to do to work around this is use my squat rack and also this barbell and do my pull-ups and supine pull-ups so that I can go straight into my dips, or even saying that, set it up for my next exercises with my abs where the height has to be both high. It can be quite frustrating because when you look at this and you're purchasing something which is considered more of a luxury item, you'd think it'd be working really smoothly. This is obviously just me, and when I'm paying something that's a little bit more expensive than just general gym equipment, I would like it to be as good as possible. So it is unfortunate that it does happen, but it is what it is. And still to this point, I guess I still keep up and I deal with it, but it is something that I want you to be aware of, and one thing I really want to emphasize on, because people are probably like me, purchasing this expecting it to be really smooth to transition up and down as easy as it shows on the website. Now the next thing that I don't really like about this is the fact that because it's so hard to shift, you do have to make sure those holes are exactly matched up. Now it sounds pretty common sense. Now that was my first overall concern. The second one is when I first got it, it did look like it had a bit of surface rust on it, and it still does to this day. I do clean it as much as I can, but it does happen to come in because when I did comment and ask the manufacturers who sent it out to me, they said that this is how they coat it so it actually avoids rust. It does look a little bit messy and a little bit dirty, and to me it does look like rust, but I have to take their word for it. And it just one of those things when you purchase something, you spend that little bit extra more money for something that is considered a luxury item. I do expect it to be as premium as they market it to be, but that's just me once again being very nitpicky. But the one thing that I actually found troubling was the actual grip. The handles of these are actually quite big. Maybe it's my hands and I have really small hands, but I find it quite hard to grip, and also saying that my wife finds it hard to grip as well, say when she wants to do her supine pull-ups. So that's something to be cautious about, because even saying that, I've been using my squat rack with my barbell and been doing supine pull-ups to be able to do this. At times before I got these pairs of B-bars, now I'm used to it, so just know that when you first get it, you may find yourself having grip issues because it is actually a lot thicker than what you might be used to if you're starting off like me. Now, of course, the last part being the negative, being it's a premium item. I did spend a lot of money on this, or more than I needed to. Now, obviously the one thing is the cost price. I paid something between $400 for this, in Australian, should I say, for this one, and it also came with the Base Bench Pro. I'll go through another review on that one in another time in another video. But paying for something that's a little bit more premium, I do expect it to come with a premium service. I expect it to come with good instructions and everything between, where everything is just pristine. That's just me though, because now I'm starting to spend more money on premium based and premium branded equipment. I want it to come with the experience as well. So for the price point, I think it isn't as pristine as I thought it would be, because I could probably get the exact same thing for a lot cheaper. That's one thing I want everyone to understand at the end of the day. You are actually paying for a premium item and also for the brand as well. So just understand that you may not get the expectation or the service that you want, but the product itself is not too bad. It will still give you the exercise workout that you want, and hopefully it will save you time as well, which is the reason why I kept it. So now for my overall thoughts. I do have to go into this whole concept, and this is why I haven't returned it. When I'm starting to look at the pros versus the cons, I do have to outweigh them. Now my pros are, yes, I can actually just come home and get a really good workout with my pull-ups, my dips, my supine pull-ups. I can start getting some lateral raises in. The next thing that I really like about it is the accessibility, the portability. Say if I'm going on holiday and I don't want to go jumping through the hoops of trying to join something and make sure that I'm there on time, I can just pack these away into the car. They take no space at all, very easy to pack into, should I say, for the few hours that I'm driving. Set it back up, put it into the apartment or the Airbnb that I'm staying at, train, and then continue on my holiday. this is probably one of the best things I ever had, and it made me realize that I can train with very minimal equipment, very minimal amount of exercises to make that progress. So I think it's a really good win on that end. Thanks again for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, if this helped you make your decision in purchasing or maybe not even purchasing this, let me know down below, because I wanted to be as honest as possible when it came to equipment like this. I think it's really good. The next video that I'll do the Base Bench Pro by Baseblocks as well, just to show you what you can do with it, but even saying that some of the things that you might to know about it before you purchase as well. Once again, team, if you really enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to support my journey in growing this channel again, of course, please subscribe, like, and comment, and of course, share it with some friends as well. We want to be able to grow this as much as we can to help as many people in the world as possible. Thank you, everybody. Keep building momentum and have a great day.